Have you ever found yourself staring at your phone or computer, wondering, when did everything get so complicated? Maybe someone sent you a link and you weren't quite sure what to do with it. Or you tried to join a video call with your family and somehow ended up seeing only your forehead on the screen. Trust me, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's never too late to feel confident with technology, even if it seems like the whole world is moving faster than ever. The truth is, technology isn't just for the young anymore. In fact, more and more seniors are proving every day that they're not only catching up, they're thriving in this digital age. From video calls with grandkids to online banking, from streaming your favorite old movies to getting health reminders on your watch, tech can actually make life simpler, richer, and more connected. That's why today, we're going to talk about something that could change the way you look at your day-to-day routine. In this video, we'll gently walk through 4 simple, practical tech skills that every senior should learn. Not because you have to, but because you deserve to feel empowered, independent, and up-to-date with the world around you. And don't worry, we're keeping things simple, friendly, and totally doable. So let's begin right at the heart of it all, with one of the most useful tools in your pocket, your smartphone. Now, I know that might sound like a daunting place to start. Some of us didn't grow up tapping screens or swiping left and right. But think of your smartphone as a tool, just like a car, a microwave, or even a good pair of glasses. Once you know what it can do and how to use it in a way that fits your life, it starts to feel like second nature. One of the most important things to learn is how to use basic apps with confidence. You might already use your phone to make calls or send the occasional message, but there's so much more waiting for you in that little screen. Take messaging apps, for example, apps like WhatsApp or Messenger. These aren't just for sending text. You can send photos, record your voice if typing is tricky, or even make a video call with just a tap. Imagine being able to see your grandchild's first steps or hear your daughter's laugh, no matter how far away they are. And the best part? These apps are free and surprisingly easy to use once someone shows you. I remember a lovely woman named Carol. She's 74 and used to be terrified of touching her phone. She was afraid she'd press the wrong button and break the internet, as she joked. But once we sat down and opened up WhatsApp together, something changed. Now she sends daily good morning messages to her church friends, shares photos of her garden, and even video chats with her niece in Australia every Sunday morning. What used to scare her has now become part of her joyful routine. The key is taking your time. Don't feel pressured to learn everything at once. Choose one app, one small action. Maybe today you send a message. Tomorrow, you try sending a picture. Bit by bit, your confidence grows. That's how we learn, slowly, kindly, and with patience. Another powerful thing your smartphone can do is help you stay safe and informed. Learning how to use your phone to access news, weather, and health information is one of the smartest things you can do for yourself. Instead of waiting for the newspaper or trying to remember what time the news is on TV, you can open a simple app, like the Weather Channel or BBC News, and get instant updates. There are even apps that remind you when to take your medication, track your steps, or measure your heart rate. And don't forget, your phone can be a lifeline in an emergency. Knowing how to use the emergency call feature or setting up a medical ID on your phone can give you and your loved ones real peace of mind. Imagine this. If anything ever happens, a paramedic could see your medical history, allergies, or contact your emergency person right from your locked screen. It's a small thing that could make a big difference. Let's move gently into another essential tech skill, something that opens up an entirely new world, using the internet to find answers and stay connected. Think of it as your digital library, your worldwide bulletin board, and your town square, all rolled into one. If you've ever wanted to know how to make a classic stew, grow tomatoes on your balcony, or look up a song you love from the 60s, the internet is your best friend. Learning how to search on Google or speak to your phone's assistant like Siri or Alexa is easier than it sounds. You don't need to type like a teenager. You can just say, "What's the weather in Chicago today?" or "Show me exercises for stiff knees after 70." And there it is, right in front of you. A gentleman named Mr. Harris, who's 81, once told me he felt like he had a private encyclopedia in his living room after learning to search online. He began using YouTube to learn how to tune his old guitar again, watch documentaries about World War II, and even follow along with chair yoga routines. And every day, he says, feels like a new adventure, right from his recliner. But of course, like any tool, the internet needs to be used wisely. That's why another part of this skill is knowing how to spot safe, trustworthy websites. If something feels too good to be true, like an ad saying you've won a free cruise, without entering a contest, it's probably best to ignore it. Stick to known websites. Look for the little padlock symbol in the web address, and always ask a family member or friend if something seems off. There's no shame in double-checking. Being smart online is just like being street smart in real life. Wise, alert, and cautious. And here's a beautiful thing about this online world. It doesn't just give you information, it connects you to people. Forums, community groups, senior circles, even old schoolmates you haven't seen in 40 years. Suddenly, the past and present blend in ways that feel both comforting and exciting. You can share, learn, laugh, and belong. That, to me, is one of the greatest gifts technology has brought to our generation. Now, if you've ever been hesitant about exploring technology, I want to reassure you of something. It's not about keeping up with trends or becoming a tech wizard. It's about staying connected to your loved ones, your community, and to the ever-evolving world around you. It's about giving yourself the tools to remain curious, independent, and fully engaged with life. So far, we've touched on some gentle but powerful ideas. Using apps to stay in touch, using your smartphone for safety and wellness, and learning how to search the internet like a pro. Each one of these skills builds on the next, opening doors you might not have even known were there. And now that we've taken this first step together, let's keep going. Let's continue exploring this journey, not with fear or pressure, but with joy, wonder, and maybe even a little excitement. There's something quite magical about watching someone discover a new piece of the world, especially when it's something they once thought was beyond their reach. I've seen eyes light up, shoulders straighten with pride, and smiles widen with delight, all from learning how to do something new on a device they used to be afraid to touch. And that feeling, that little spark of, oh, I can do this, is what I hope you're beginning to feel too. Now that you've started to explore the basics, how to connect with people, how to look things up online, how to use your phone in ways that support your safety and independence, let's open another door. One that leads us into a space many people your age find surprisingly satisfying, once they give it a try. I'm talking about email and online communication, not just for checking messages, but as a way to organize your life, keep up with the world, and have a voice in it. Email might seem a little old school compared to texting or video calls, but it's still one of the most widely used tools for staying informed. And it's more powerful than many people give it credit for. It's where your doctor might send appointment reminders, your pharmacy might notify you of a prescription ready for pickup, or your favorite community center might invite you to a local event. It's also where newsletters can come straight to you. Anything from health tips to stories from people your age, all just a click away. If you've ever opened your inbox and felt overwhelmed by too many messages or unsure about what's real and what's not, let me tell you, that feeling is totally normal. The key is learning how to manage your email rather than letting it manage you. Think of it like sorting the mail at your kitchen table. You open the important ones first, toss the junk, and keep what matters. The same applies here. You can unsubscribe from anything you don't want. You can label or star messages so they're easier to find. You can even search your inbox just like you search the internet, by typing someone's name or a keyword like appointment or family photo. And yes, you can absolutely write emails, too. You don't have to worry about sounding perfect. Just type the way you talk. A simple, "Hi Susan, hope you're well," just checking in to say hello, is more than enough to make someone's day. And when you attach a photo or a short note from the heart, you're not just using technology, you're spreading kindness in a very real way. Another skill that's changing lives every day, especially for seniors, is learning how to shop or manage finances online. Now, I can almost hear the hesitation through the screen. Wait a minute, you might be saying, I don't want to put my credit card online. And you're absolutely right to be cautious. But here's the thing. With the right approach and a few smart habits, shopping and banking online can be safe, convenient, and even enjoyable. Think of the benefits for a moment. No need to wait in long lines. No need to drive in bad weather or carry heavy bags. You can order groceries, refill your prescriptions, or buy that book you've been wanting to read, right from your living room, often with just a few taps. Take Mary, for example. She's 68 and used to avoid technology like the plague. But after her hip surgery, she realized that going to the store was becoming difficult. Her granddaughter helped her set up a grocery delivery app, and now, every Friday morning, Mary sits down with a cup of tea, looks at her list, and places her order. By the afternoon, her groceries are at the door. She says it's given her a sense of control and freedom she didn't expect. Of course, learning how to spot secure websites is a big part of this. Always look for that little padlock symbol next to the website address. It means the site is protected. Avoid anything that asks for unusual information or seems too pushy. If something feels off, trust your gut, or better yet, ask a family member or friend to take a quick look. There's nothing wrong with being double sure. Banking online can also sound scary at first, but it's becoming one of the easiest ways to check your balance, pay a bill, or even send a little birthday money to your grandchildren. Most banks have apps or websites designed with seniors in mind. Clear, simple, and secure. And most of them offer helplines if you ever get stuck. It's like having a friendly teller in your pocket, ready to assist. Once you learn how to log in, look at your statements, and do basic things like transfer money or set up alerts, you might start to wonder why you ever stood in line at the bank. And don't worry if you forget your password now and then. Everyone does. That's why there are reset options, and why writing things down in a secure notebook is perfectly okay. Here's something else you might not have thought about. Learning these skills doesn't just help you, it helps your family too. When you're able to manage your shopping or check your account on your own, you reduce stress for the people who love you. You show them that you're capable, confident, and independent. That's a gift for both of you. And while we're on the topic of gifts, let me share something that might surprise you. Many seniors who start using technology more often say it brings back a sense of purpose. When you're able to research a cause you care about, join an online discussion, share your story on a blog, or even just write reviews about books or products, it gives you a voice. Your experience, your wisdom, your point of view, they matter. And the internet, when used well, is a powerful place for those voices to be heard. There are seniors who've started digital journals to share memories with their families. Others who've joined book clubs that meet online every week. One man I know, named Albert, who's 83, started writing short poems and posting them on a small blog. At first, he thought no one would read them. But then, little by little, people began commenting. Some thanked him. Some shared their own poems. And now, he says, he wakes up every morning with something to look forward to. Something that makes his heart feel full. And that, my friend, is the real beauty of learning new tech skills at any age. It's not about catching up. It's not about gadgets or gizmos. It's about staying engaged with life, on your terms. It's about keeping your mind active, your world open, and your days filled with possibility. So far, you've learned how to use apps to stay in touch, how to browse and search online, how to manage your email and communicate clearly, and how to shop or bank with confidence. And through each step, you're proving something incredibly powerful, not just to others, but to yourself. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be to learn, grow, and enjoy everything this new chapter has to offer. Sometimes, when we talk about learning new things, especially something like technology, it's easy to focus on the devices themselves. Phones, tablets, computers, buttons to press, screens to tap. But the real power behind all of it, the part that truly changes lives, is something much simpler. It's the ability to keep learning. And that brings us to one of the most empowering skills a senior can develop. Knowing how to learn new technology on your own, step by step, without fear. Not needing to wait for your grandchild to show you. Not worrying if you press the wrong thing. But instead, building the quiet confidence to say, I may not know how this works yet, but I can figure it out. This isn't about becoming a tech wizard. It's about learning the habit of exploring. Because once you learn how to learn, there's really no limit to what you can do. Let me tell you about a man named Jorge. He's 76, a retired bus driver, and he used to joke that he was allergic to smartphones. But one day, his doctor recommended a health app that would help him monitor his blood pressure. Jorge was curious. He downloaded it, with a little help at first, but over time, he began to explore the app on his own. Then he found other apps for walking, for meditation, for healthy recipes. Today, Jorge uses his phone more than anyone in his building. And when people need help with their devices, guess who they go to? That's right, Jorge. He told me something once that I'll never forget. He said, "The most important thing I've learned isn't how to use the apps. It's how to stop being afraid of trying something new." And that's what I hope you'll carry with you too. Learning new tech doesn't mean you have to do it all at once. In fact, it's better if you don't. You start small. You poke around. You read the buttons. You Google questions like how to change font size on iPhone, or why won't my photos send? And you'll be amazed at what you can find in plain, simple words, often with step-by-step pictures or even videos made just for seniors. You can also learn through practice. The next time you see a new app, instead of skipping past it, open it. Tap a few things. See what happens. Most of the time, there's no danger. You won't break anything. And if something gets confusing, there's always a way back. That little arrow that says back, or the home button that takes you to the main screen, is like your safety net. And if something really stumps you, just know, there are whole communities of people out there who've asked the same questions before. You can find help on forums, on YouTube, or even from your local library or community center, where tech classes are often offered for free. More and more, people are recognizing how important it is for seniors to stay connected and empowered. You are not alone in this. And don't forget, learning doesn't have to be serious or even particularly useful to be worthwhile. Sometimes, the best way to get comfortable with tech is just to play with it. Look up photos of your hometown on Google Maps. Try a simple puzzle game. Watch videos about your favorite hobbies, gardening, painting, classic films. Whatever sparks your interest, follow that trail. Because when you use technology in a way that brings you joy, learning stops feeling like a chore. It becomes something to look forward to. Now, there's one last skill I want to mention. It's not about any one app or device. It's about something deeper. It's about trusting yourself. You see, the biggest obstacle for most people when it comes to technology isn't a lack of skill. It's a lack of belief. The belief that they're too old, or not smart enough, or that tech is for young people. But none of that is true. The truth is, you have already lived through incredible changes in the world. You've adapted to new inventions, shifting cultures, new ways of communicating. You've handled rotary phones, cassette players, dial-up internet, remote controls, and everything in between. You've learned to drive, to raise a family, to build a life. Technology? It's just another thing. And like all the others, it's something you can learn. What matters most is not whether you do everything perfectly. It's that you're willing to try. Even if you forget things sometimes. Even if you make mistakes. Even if you ask the same question 3 times. That's okay. That's human. That's learning. So go ahead. Ask for help when you need it. Write things down. Repeat the steps as many times as it takes. And most of all, keep going. Because every step you take toward learning something new is a step toward more freedom, more connection, and more joy in your daily life. And I promise you, there will be moments when you surprise yourself. Moments when you figure something out all on your own. Moments when you help someone else, and you see the pride on their face when they realize you know something they don't. Those moments are powerful. They are proof that your mind is still growing, your heart is still open, and your life still has chapters left to write. So, whether it's sending an email, downloading a recipe app, joining a virtual book club, ordering groceries, setting up a doctor's appointment online, or simply watching your favorite singer from the 60s perform live on YouTube, don't hold back. This is your time. You've earned the right to enjoy every tool that can make life fuller, richer, easier, and more fun. Technology isn't something to fear. It's something to use, to serve you, to empower you, and to bring you closer to the people and the world you care about most. You don't need to become an expert. You just need to start. And every step you take from here on out is proof that it's never too late to learn, to grow, and to keep discovering. After all, staying up to date doesn't mean keeping up with every trend or every app. It means keeping your spirit alive. It means keeping your eyes open. It means living each day with curiosity, courage, and a little spark of adventure. You've got everything you need. Now go explore.